Hello and welcome back to another episode. So when we left off, we were at war with the Auspicious Concord up in the northern area, or up on our northern border. The war's progressing pretty well. We are attacking and occupying several of their planets already, and you can see the war score here is already up to 63% and progressing rather rapidly. Let me set up this peace treaty again. So we're still at minus 53 though, mostly because the peace offers are pretty expensive. But our armies are en route to occupy some of their planets, and that'll let us move on to more locations. And the sooner we can finish occupying all of their things, the better. I also, starting with this episode, dramatically increased the visual quality. So what used to probably be a little fuzzy on the screen should be a good bit better now. Ooh, that's a problem. They snagged my cruiser on the way to reinforce my fleet. I think that cruiser's gonna die, but I suspect he won't be able to get away. Yeah, my main fleet arrived. They did get the cruiser. They're gonna mess up the transports too. That's so annoying. Alright, so the ancient drones. Sorting out the errant innards of the shattered drones took much longer than anticipated, as each drone seems to have been built from a slightly different design, assembled from slightly different parts. Once this was established, one thing stood out: the parts that were identical, separated from the rest. It's clear these parts are of somewhat modern, if alien, make. It seems that someone has done what we could not, and has modified the drones. Plot thickens. Yeah, okay, so his ships are shooting at my transports, but they were mostly trying to move to engage my primary fleet. And as a result, the transports took a little bit of abuse, but they survived, and the enemy lost some more ships. So we will move to the next system to conquer, and stage our fleet out there. Alright, so we finished the living state technology, which, like I said before, Frontier Collectives, excellent. Frontier Collectives is a prerequisite to Frontier Commissars, which is another really good reason to be a collectivist species, is that Frontier Commissars gives another empire-wide minus 20% ethics divergence. And as I've covered a couple of times, I consider ethics divergence to be an enemy of the state and should be engaged aggressively. So my fleet has arrived in system. My transports I sent as soon as I saw that my fleet was en route, so that they would all land on the military station, but because the fleet was already engaged with it, the actual combat was pretty much over before my transports had even arrived yet, which I find acceptable. And we replaced the 3 armies that we've lost earlier. And here we go. These guys think they can win the fight, so we will give them the opportunity to do exactly that. The 7 armies that were in the one primary fleet the other transport fleet are struggling a bit, but it looks like we're gonna mop up. Nah, I'm not gonna play those dice. I've lost enough transports. I can just send those guys to reinforce. We just finished the 0-point reactor now, which is excellent. And I'm actually going to grab Sentient AI, which gives me another empire-wide 10% research speed. Sentient AI can backfire, which is why it's in red, but I'm feeling like we will have the ability to mitigate the effects of that by simply making certain choices. And that's more or less my plan. So I had the one fleet blockading toward the southern end of their empire. I'm going to send it over to Euchromia. Euchromia, if we remember, was where the vassal was originally occupying and ended up deciding that he didn't want to be helpful. And so that's the reason we're actually missing those transports, is we tried to occupy the planet that the vassal was working on rather than following it around and doing our own thing. So I'm going to send my fleets over here. You can see he's got a 1.5K bombing the planet. I'm just going to go ahead and murder those real quick so that they are not an issue. I'm also planning on integrating the Allied Steven systems as soon as this war is over as well. You can see I've stockpiled quite a bit of influence, so I should have more than enough to handle that without any drama.
Hostile fleet engaged. Situation log updated.
Yeah, see, he's gonna bail out though. Yendu's they're going to.
Hostile fleet
Yeah. Makes sense, makes sense.
Situation.
Now they're going to Pita here or something? Yeah, I'm not even sure where they're going. Yeah. Alright, I can meet him there. That's easy enough. And I'll send my transport fleet that's idle in Ridigos. So we've also got the Righteous League moving to clean up down south the Agarian Cartel. The Agarian Cartel have been on their last legs for a very long time. I'm surprised they're even around anymore.
Hostile fleet engaged.
Oh, you are shitting me. How? I will never understand how the AI is able to do this crap so consistently. Like, I sent my fleet to where this fleet was going, and then suddenly they just weren't there. And now I'm losing armies again. That's so fucking annoying. And you can't really tell your fleet to just follow your fleets, because they'll still get sniped. And if you tell them to move together, it doesn't really work out either. God damn it, that's annoying. Things like that just ruin gameplay for me. That's my biggest complaint about this game, is the fucking ground combat. Because you have to do it. It's not like you can really skip it. And it's always so miserable getting fleets to actually, or getting your transports to actually do what you need them to do. Alright, ancient drones, aliens to the aliens. Or alien to the aliens. Having pieced them together, the foreign objects inside the destroyed drones have been identified by our experts as one-way transmitters. Since they're not set to receive, it's safe to assume the drones were not acting at the behest of some third party. Rather, some entity has been keeping tabs on the drone's activities. It's advisable to look into this matter, so a project has been prepared. So we're going to go ahead and check the situation log for this project that doesn't exist. Let's see if there's one in the system. Nope. Yeah, I'm just seeing debris here. Yeah, I have no idea.
Hostile fleet engaged.
And of course my fleet is engaging the wrong shit.
Hostile fleet engaged.
Alright. So what planets of his don't I control?
Situation log updated.
It's gonna move around and destroy these wormhole stations real quick. And then send it there.
Research complete.
The automated dreadnought, I forgot about him. I'll have to clean that up too. Alright, so I just got the Frontier Collectives technology, which it the successor didn't show up immediately, but that's alright. I'm going to go ahead and research the naval capacity, because more ships, right? More ships are a good thing, I'm pretty sure. So these troops are confident in their ability to win, so I will give them the opportunity to test it. Where are these fleets? Yeah, I just have no idea where some of my fleets are at this point. The transports. The display bug on the transport's really rearing its ugly head right now.
Hostile
Oh,
fleet engaged.
that's weird. Go up there. Merge correctly. Jeez. Okay. That explains why they are not making any progress. But
Enemy planet secure.
occupied that planet. And my fleet in Euchromia I will send there, this transport fleet. Swing by there first and just wait for a moment. Yeah, now that these transports are actually making their way up, it shouldn't be long before they're useful. So I'm gonna still give them some time to actually catch up. I've got a fleet just hanging out in that system anyway, so it's not like he's gonna be able to make any progress against me there.
Hostile fleet engaged.
The war, or the peace treaty is at -33. Yeah, see, these are their war objectives. They want to take quite a bit of my stuff, which I can understand them wanting to do that. But this is why I don't like the Federation thing. He wants Sismac,
Hostile fleet engaged.
which is a planet here. The Lavis Confederacy wants the planet I've got highlighted, or the Lavis
Situation.
Consolidated Suns wants the planet I've got highlighted, which is ridiculous. He has no reason to want that, and that's why I didn't enter the Confederacy with the AI, is because I figured they would pull crap like that, and it's just easier to just not deal with it.
Hostile fleet.
Yeah, see, he's bringing ships in already to try and get my transports. Ah, shit. Shit. Yep, I just lost this transport fleet. Trying to keep them safe. Oh, god damn. I really hate ground combat in this game. It's just atrocious, and it's a whole lot of overhead. It's super annoying.
Hostile fleet engaged. Hostile fleet engaged.
Let's see now.
Fleet engaged. Situation log updated.
3. What the fuck? Yeah, he's still managing to snipe transports all over the place. This is just... It gets old fast having to deal with transports. They're not... They actively detract from the game. But they have said they're going to be working on them. But no, we found the remaining drones drifting into orbit around the planet. We've learned that they are unwitting pawns in an elaborate scheme set up by an unknown faction. Going by the modus operandi of this operation, the faction is most likely a particularly old and particularly clever pirate syndicate. They must have found the drones drifting through space and done what we could not, modified them. While not as impressive as it sounds, all that they did was introduce self-contained alien technology into the drones. Fact remains, these alien pirates possess a technological know-how far in advance of our own, at least in certain areas. Having installed their comms devices into the drones, the pirates let them drift through space again, knowing that they are set to assist their original masters' colonists, and that the drones' ability to accurately identify such colonists has degraded with age. The drones have essentially been fattening up our colony as the pirates watch, waiting for the ideal time to strike. Our military analysts predict that the pirates will strike within the next 2 years. So I can set a let them come, which will say the pirates will show up again. I can get a little bit of engineering research, or capture the drones and send them to destroy their would-be masters. I think I'm gonna go with let them come. And my fleets are currently engaging the Lavis fleet. Lavis fleet ran away again. I'm not terribly surprised. My fleet is a bit scarier than theirs. And we're going to send one of the fleets to defend against the pirates. Just to get that out of the way now.
Situation log updated. Hostile fleet engaged. Situation log updated. Hostile fleet engaged. Situation log updated. Hostile
And actually, more of my transports survived than I expected.
situation log.
So I don't quite need all of these replacements. Let's see. So I need 5 total. I have 3. Alright. Alright. You can see though, I just don't enjoy ground combat in this game at all. The way that it works isn't mechanically interesting. The logistics of transport sniping isn't interesting. Like, this war is over, and it's been over for a very long time. The AI is just refusing to admit it. Let's see. Invading on the ground here.
Enemy planet secure.
But I now control this planet. And so I'll get these guys out there and let them move together. And yeah, the AI just ends up trying to drone snipe, or trying to transport snipe, and that's basically its late game strategy. It just does not want to accept that it cannot win this war. And these fleets here are now... The transports are idle, but the combat fleet is still in transit. Alright, so now I will send them here together. Now that they're actually at the border, they should warp and travel as a unit.
Enemy planet secure.
And I'm going to go ahead and set up an attachment for this army, embark, and have them go join that transport fleet. There's a really good chance they're going to get sniped in the way, but whatever. Alright. So this system has another planet for me to occupy. So I'll get my armies moving to that one. And you can see very clearly the AI does not stand a chance in this war. Their fleets have been broken multiple times. He is going to beat my allies' fleet, or my vassal's fleet down there, but that's fine. My vassal is the one that started me losing these armies. I would have lost some of my own, but he's not helping, and he's not going to be around long enough for it to really matter if he loses guys anyway.
Construction complete.
Send that cruiser to reinforce the main, or that combat fleet.
Hostile fleet engaged. Situation log updated. Hostile fleet engaged.
And I think my combat fleet may have actually just caught one of their transport fleets for a change. Alright, so a planet has finished terraforming into an alpine world. Which one? Castra? Yeah, their borders pushed over and took control of that planet. So I couldn't colonize it right now even if I wanted to. But it is now my correct climate type at the very least. And we've got... He's moving in to bomb a planet in the system where my fleet already was, so my fleet is... Because they're unaggressive, they decided to go and engage the enemy. And the enemy is dead.
Research complete.
Alright, and we now have kinetic artillery as well.
Hostile fleet
So... got a lot of good research to choose from, but I think I want to go with the flak artillery. Partly because it's cheap, partly because it's the last of my core series of modules. Let's see. This planet, they think they'll win, but I want to make sure they land at 0 fortifications. My fleet should all be bombing 60 per day by now. 60 per day is the cap with the light bombing, and so that's about all the better my bombing's going to get. I don't like to bomb any higher than that. It just seems like a good way to ruin tiles and whatnot. And I do intend to take this space, if not immediately, then eventually. So, got these reinforcements that were built back in my core area. So I'll go ahead and combine those real quick. And how are we doing here? We are winning decisively. Now these transports I need to move there.
Hostile fleet engaged. Enemy planet secure.
And what's going on here? Oh, my cruiser is being engaged, as is the vassal's fleet. So I'm just going to go ahead and assume that that cruiser is about to die and start building a new one. I don't actually care enough to go rescue it though. A single cruiser is of inconsequentially small value. Yep, my cruiser died. My vassal's fleet there is going to be joining it shortly. But that's alright. So in Ruthori, they're confident in their ability to win, so I'll send them in. Here, these fleets are both still moving. But soon I'll be able to go down to Biham and attack. And see, the vassal could have brought this other fleet into Subra and actually won instead of losing. But the AI didn't, for whatever reason. And let's send these guys there. Send those guys to the edge of the system so that I can have them move together.
Hostile fleet engaged.
Yeah, I dislike how much you have to babysit transports in order for them to just not get sniped all the time. And a good part of it is just that the AI, like I said, is really good at sniping your transports, but a lot of it is that I think transports themselves are fundamentally flawed as a mechanic. And the developer seems to agree, given that they are altering them. Though we're not sure how, I don't think any specifics have been mentioned yet, but I am eager to see the dev diaries on them, because those, more than anything else, I think need improvement.
Hostile fleet engaged.
Alright, so these guys are both in Ruthari, and they are finished, so I'm going to have them move to Hydrobius. I'm getting to the point where they should be getting very close. Yeah, we're at minus 14 now. They're not going to be willing to stay in this fight for too much longer. The AI can't win. Like, I'm too strong compared to everyone that I'm fighting for them to actually stand a chance. And now we're at minus 6. I could drop the humiliate if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. At this point, I might as well just get all of it. And now that we are in Hydrobius, you can see that it's a clear path to the planet, so I'll send my transports over. And the reinforcement transport should have a clear path as well. Yep. And then I'll have both my transport stacks back at full, finally. As well as my fleet. This fleet has been missing a cruiser for a very long time. But that's all getting wrapped up. The Ascension AI is going to be pretty good to have too. We can actually check and see. The Ascension AI thing can affect robot populations in the galaxy.
Hostile fleet engaged.
And I don't see any robots. Check for droids. There are 48 droids out there on 17 worlds. There. Now they gave me all the things I wanted. So take our fleets. Well, we'll take these two and just send them to Istrum and let them sit on the border. We've got our main fleet in the system at the planet already. Time has come. The Pirate Armada arrives on cue.
Hostile fleet engaged.
And the Pirate Armada is dead.
Situation log updated.
The pirates chose poorly. And now that the month has rolled over, I should be able to vassalize this. Yes. And apparently they were human in there. Interesting. I don't remember there being humans there. Might have been a migration treaty. But they are now my vassal. This guy will be integrated. And we can send the explorer back into exploration. That war took a lot longer than I would have liked, but ultimately we won, and we can kick the speed back up to fast, since we're at peace. Yeah, the Centomeroi still have a few wars left in them before they're dead, but I'm feeling really good about the odds of winning and progressing through them. So let's take another look at the victory conditions. You can see I now control 47 out of 98 planets, progressing fairly quickly. Just need to be able to win these wars faster is really the problem. And the Righteous League is just going to be miserable. But it's going to have to happen. Because they cannot be trusted. This planet I did not see before, but it's going to start terraforming. If I can push his borders back even further, that would be funny. And at this point, terraforming worlds is pretty inexpensive, and I have an abundance of energy just sitting around, so I might as well, right? Terraform them to my climate type, which they don't even like. See, yeah, because his species... Actually, the Sagittari are also alpine. So I might be helping them. Yeah, see, he colonized Castra after I terraformed it for him. See?
Research complete.
I'm not totally an asshole. I help other people sometimes. I'm gonna get this shield capacitor just because it's cheap. And I can get it out of the way. Let's see, how is my sector's population doing? You can see my sector is actually still missing 70 population. So there's still room to grow, and I've got a few planets already terraforming, so there will be more. And the automated dreadnought is right on the border of my territory. Okay. So once I integrate this guy, my borders may push hard enough to control the automated dreadnought as well. I'll control eventually all of the Leviathans because they're mine. But this video is running long and I missed the first of the year, so I'm going to do a mid-year break. Just waiting for it to actually get there. And one quick glance to see how my planets are doing. Yeah, I might as well upgrade it. But the increased quality should allow you to more easily read all of the text on the screen as well. But we'll see. Trying to keep continuous improvement going on. But there we are with the mid-year. So I'm going to go ahead and insert a break here. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you're enjoying.